Okay, so on this one, we have x greater than or equal to 4. Remember how these symbols work? They want us to, we can do a dot or an open dot, and they want us to place it on the number line as we submit our answer. So how's that going to go? Well, this says x greater than or equal to 4. Remember the symbol when you have it like this. The symbol has a wide side, so when you have that symbol, the wide side is the greater side. Let me write that a little bit better. So this is the wide side of the symbol. It's the bigger side, and this is the narrow side of the symbol. It's the smaller side. So you put the bigger thing on the wide side of the symbol and the smaller thing on the narrow side of the symbol. So we're saying x is on the wide side, x is greater than, and the line on the bottom is the bottom of an equal sign. So it's greater than or equal to 4. So how do we put that on the number line? What are all the numbers greater than or equal to 4? Well, here's 4, and it's everything to the right, isn't it? Because those are the numbers greater than 4. Now we have in this case, we have a solid dot. Why? Because we're equal to 4. We include the 4, don't we? Now, what if instead, let me do a what if. What if instead they'd said x greater than 4? No, not, so now this is x greater than 4, not equal, right? So what would that look like if they had given me that version? Well, in that case, I would have put some numbers here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. I would have come on to that number line. So okay, greater than 4. I would have put an open dot at 4 and gone to the right. So that would be open dot, because why? Because not including the 4. But the 4 is missing because it's only greater than 4. It's not equal to 4. So you see that difference? If you have equals, you need to have a solid dot because you're straight on that number or bigger. Whereas if you don't have equals, you're only greater than 4, then that doesn't include 4 itself. It's not equal to 4, so you got to put an open dot because 4 is missing. Okay, and then remember, open dots go with parentheses, and solid dots always go with brackets, don't they? Because with solid dots, you're straight on the number. With open dots, you're only around the number. Okay, so what's all this mean? Well, I need an interval. They want me to write down here an interval. And how do I write the interval? Whenever you write an interval, you're going to write, here, okay, you're going to write, so an interval is always parenthesis or bracket, or what else, put them both, parenthesis or bracket or whatever, left edge, comma, right edge, with another parenthesis or bracket or whatever. So, okay, so what's the left edge? Well, here's the left edge of my shading, right? Left edge of the shading, I mean. Left edge of the shading, right edge of the shading. That's what I'm referring to. And here's the left edge, here's the right edge. You with me? So on my shading, my little number line picture, the left edge is 4, and the right edge, well, it's not 10. It actually has an arrow there, which means it goes forever to the right, way beyond 10. It goes and goes and goes forever. Well, how do you go forever? What is that? It goes from 4 to infinity, doesn't it? That's how you make infinity, by the way, is that sideways 8. Are you seeing that? That sideways 8 is an infinity symbol. It means forever. Because the 8, you can just keep making the 8 forever. It just loops around. Sideways 8. So it's infinity. So basically, we're saying we go from 4 to infinity. So how do you write that? Well, I'm going to write my answer. Bracket 4, comma, infinity, parenthesis. It's kind of weird, huh? Why do we have a bracket? Bracket because solid dot at 4, right? We had a solid dot at 4. We're including the 4. Including the 4. It's greater or equal to the 4, right? It's greater. Let me write that a little bit better. Greater or equal to the 4. So if you're equal to the 4, you're straight on the 4. You have a solid dot at 4. You have a straight bracket. Now, what about the infinity? What's up with that? Well, why a parenthesis? I should say. Why a parenthesis here? Parenthesis always a parenthesis on infinity. You always put a parenthesis, never a bracket. Never a bracket. Why? Because you're never right on infinity. Right? Remember, a bracket means straight on the number. Well, you can never be straight on infinity. You might go to the doctor's office and say, I waited forever. Well, you didn't really wait forever. You just started heading towards forever, right? But you didn't. You can never be straight on infinity. So we always have a parenthesis next to infinity. So the left edge is 4, the right edge is infinity. A solid dot means a bracket, straight on 4. Infinity is always a parenthesis because you're never straight on infinity. Let me share my screen and show the actual workings of this problem in the get it up here. Find it. There we go. Okay, yeah, so here's a different one. X less than or equal to -1. So for that one, I'm going to have to put a solid dot at -1. Like that, because equals solid. How about this? Solid bar means solid dot. You have an equals, you're less than or equal, you're straight on the -1. Now, which way does the less than go? Well, to the left, huh? Less than goes to the left, like that. Does that make sense? Let me submit that, make sure that's right. No, it's not happy with that. Why is it not happy with that? Did I not go far enough? See what it wants. It looks just like mine. I guess, did it want me to go further with that little arrow thing? Here, I'm not sure. Let me play with it. Okay, let me try again. What does it want? So it wants -1. Maybe I just didn't hit it straight. Maybe I gotta be a little more careful here. Okay. Maybe what if I just do like that? And then it wants solid. Plot the inequality. Toggle the dot or open dot button to place the correct dot on your line. Oh, before you submit your answer. Okay. Boom. I thought that's what I did last time. Submit. Yeah, now it's, I don't know why it's suddenly happy. It looks the same as it did before. So it's a little touchy. Be careful. I put the dot on afterwards. Maybe that's how you got to do it. I don't know. And then we come down here and write the answer. So how do you write this answer? They have an infinity symbol for you. Write the inequality. So this one's going to go parenthesis from -infinity to -1 and a bracket at the -1. Yeah, it's happy with that. There's the answer. Now, why did that one go -infinity? Well, because remember the left edge, right edge. The left edge is left forever, -infinity. You know, left forever is -infinity, and the right edge is -1. Maybe let me share my screen, back to my iPad, and show this one, this other version a little more detailed. Probably helpful because that one's different, thus beneficial. So yeah, so coming down here, so on number 2. So let me make a new number 2. So what? Yeah, so I was just doing X less than or equal to -1, huh? So how would that look on the number line again? So So again, on the number line, 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3, etc. The shading is solid dot at -1 because we have the equals, right? You're right on your left hand or equal to -1, and we go this way because it's lesser numbers that are small. This is less than, right? This is less than or equal to -1. So lesser things are to the left, bigger things are to the right. Okay, and then how do you do the interval? Well, remember, this is left edge, right edge. Whenever you do an interval, you're always doing left edge, comma, right edge, and you're going to have like parenthesis or bracket, whatever you need. So what's the left edge? This is -infinity. Why? Because it's left forever. If you go to the right forever, that's positive or normal infinity, right? Positive numbers to the right, negative numbers up. So this is -infinity to -1. So we go -infinity to -1. Now, do you need parentheses or brackets? Well, infinities always get parentheses. Remember, we talked about that? Always a parenthesis with infinity, because you're never right on infinity. You're just close to it. And then -1, well, this is solid. So this is solid bracket because you're straight on the -1. You're equal to the -1. He's not missing, he's there. And so there we go. Questions on that one?